Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take this old case that I found. Somebody threw this away. It appears to be an old GPU bit mining computer case, and I thought that it would be really unique if I were to make it my tower that I have. I'll show you in a minute what it looks like, into an actual tower for my regular computer. This thing is pretty neat. It's got 12 fans, 6 on one side, 6 on the other side, in and out. But the inside of this thing is massive, as you can see. And I think I'm going to tear it apart and paint it black probably. But I'm going to check and make sure these fans work. But I really like the way it looks. But I want to take all of my old computer parts out of this bad boy. It's kind of old, but I want to put them in it. So, as you can see, things are going to be a little fun. It doesn't necessarily have the standard areas in which you would put your standard motherboard, your HX or MTX motherboards. It does have 2 power supplies. I'm probably only going to be using one of them. Possibly. Depends on how many more graphics cards I want. I like this case because I'm going to have room for expansion. If I wanted to, say, put an actual water cooling kit inside this case. This one has the Corsair water cooling kit in it, the H200. I like that, but now that I have this, I'll be able to put more stuff in it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tear it apart, make sure these fans work, and see what we can do from there. Now, it has this huge metal pieces running across it because I'm assuming they're for the actual graphics cards when you were to put them in there. This thing looked like it could have handled probably 12, if not more, graphics cards. So that's a lot for actual GPU mining, but that's not what I'm going to be using it for. I took all the fans out of this bad boy, and they are not too shabby looking. I'm assuming they work, but I'm about to test it. The case looks great though, empty. I did realize that when I did this that I think I'm going to, orientation of the case is to leave it standing like this. However, it did have handles on both sides of the front, but I think I'm going to relocate this handle to the back of the case so that they're on top. Yeah, I'm going to drill those in. But first, let's see if these fans work. Now, usually to plug it in, they require these Molex pins. But I have a fancy little, just got a little old power supply here that I'm going to use to test this stuff with, which works out great. Now, obviously, these power supplies don't turn on and on without having, like, they got these 24-pin connectors that you have to have into the actual motherboard. If you turn them on, they got little things like this, where if you just plug it in, they'll turn it on for you. But this is actually designed to test the power of the actual power supply itself. And then we'll turn it on. But if you plug it in, let's see what we got going on here. Well, just turn it on, turns those on, powers to the fans. And as you can see, the fans are working. I'm just going to assume that if the 2 work, the rest of them work. But you know what happens when you assume, right? These are actually very inexpensive to get. If you don't have something like this, you can always jump this connection here, which I'm assuming most people do. A little jumper wire like this right here. Just 2 metal pieces. For the specific jump, if you can see that or not, you can look for that green wire, and it's the green wire into the black wire directly to the left of it. Stick this down up in here like so. And vice versa. And it jumped it for you. Does that, turns your fans on. Don't let them touch anything. Yeah. Easy peasy. This is probably most people's preferred method because you can just leave it on and test all your things. All right, I'm gonna relocate the handle now to the back of this, and then I'm gonna clean it up, and I think I'm gonna paint it black. All right, so went ahead and painted my case. Turned out actually pretty good. I'll show you right here. We use a metallic black paint. It's really nice. I just picked it up at Home Depot, just some Rust-Oleum metallic black. I'm gonna paint all the sides, all the pieces that I'm gonna use here. Include this little conduit that I found, which is pretty neat. Find out how to mount it. I took that handle, put it back here, which is nice. It was on the front. Because of the way I was gonna do the case, ended up putting some stoppers here, little standoffs on the bottom. Just a couple screws there, drilled holes, did that. All right, so I really like the way it looks. This paint turned out well. I'm hopefully that when the lights are in it, it like kind of reflects, which is what I'm hoping for. The little metallic. Now, my next step is going to be taking this computer apart and getting all of my pieces out of it, putting it out, getting a layout, seeing how I want to set it up for this actual new desktop. So the one's much bigger, but hopefully when we do it, it'll work out how I want to. But we'll see. I'm gonna take it apart, put all the pieces out, and I'll get back to you then. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode. Recap what we did. We took the case, took everything out of the case to make sure that the fans worked. We tested them. I painted it. I relocated that handle. I put stoppers on the bottom of it. And now we're taking everything out of the old case, took it out. And in the next episode, I'm going to put that stuff into the new case. If you like the video, subscribe, hit that like button. It's really cool. Does nice, fancy, wonderful things. If you're out on the streets and you see any of those first responders, make sure you thank them for what they're doing. And remember, stay classy, techs.